What is up, Nemechek fans? My name is Josh, and I run both the Nemechek Updates Twitter and Facebook pages, and I'm a big fan of Joe and John Hunter Nemecheks. And, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I decided it'd be a good idea to expand over to YouTube. And I've been doing the Nemechek Updates Twitter and Facebook pages for a couple months now, a handful of months actually, and it's just been really fun for me. It's definitely something that I take a lot of pride in that I'm very into. When I get older, I want to have a career, most likely in writing or broadcasting. That's the field that I'm aiming for right now, and of course I'm only 15, so I have plenty of time to think about that. But that's the career path I want to go into. Most likely is broadcasting. I'm leaning towards. So I figure it'd be a good move, to move over to YouTube because I'm into broadcasting, and not only that, but I'm also a big fan of Joe and John Hunter Nemecheks. So it'd be, I'd be talking about something that I'm into and not just anything. So I just figured it'd be a good move to go over to YouTube. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I just think it's a good time to do it now before the season starts. So basically today I'm just going to talk about my plans here on this channel, what I plan on doing, and I'll give you a little bit of history on me being a Nemechek fan. So basically what I plan on doing with this channel is weekly recap and preview videos, recapping and previewing the races that John Hunter and Joe were in. And whether that be the Truck Series, the Sprint Cup Series, Xfinity Series, whatever series it is, I plan on doing videos for that. Every race they're in, I really plan on doing it for. That's just something, like I said, that I enjoy doing, and I'm going to take a lot of pride in to bring that to you guys, and I'm going to enjoy doing it. So it's definitely, a good fit for me, and I look forward to doing it. And another thing I'm possibly planning on doing, which I've done before because I have another YouTube channel, and I put this last year, I put a final countdown video on for Homestead Miami for Joe and John Hunter. I'm probably going to do stuff like that every once in a while. If it's like a special race, like the last race of the year, put like a special, final countdown or like season preview video or whatever up, and that might feature like music, like the final countdown video have the song Final Countdown in it, and then it had like pictures of Joe and John Hunter's season. This was right before the Homestead Miami truck race. I did that. So just for like special races like this, like the last race of the year or the first, I'm probably going to have special videos like that. So that's what you can expect out of this channel. And like I said, it's a good fit for me, and I'll be bringing you guys the videos every week, mainly recap and preview videos for Joe and John Hunter's races. So let me give you a little bit of background on me as a Joe and John Hunter Nemechek fan. Well, I have actually watched NASCAR since 2008, and when I first started watching NASCAR, I was a Kyle Petty fan. Now this was towards the end of Kyle's career. And I knew of Joe Nemechek back then. He drove the number 78 for Furniture Row Racing. And this was when I was about 8 years old. And my dad and I used to always cheer for Joe to get into the, to qualify for the Sprint Cup races. I wouldn't call us like fans per se, but we would definitely always cheer for Joe. He was definitely one of our top drivers that we would cheer for. But I really got into cheering for Joe, I'd say 2012, about 3 years ago. And the way I got into cheering for him was just seeing every week, how hard he worked compared to all the other drivers with the limited resources that he had and still does have. And I just respect that in Joe, in that he, he works so hard with what he has, and really does a great job for what he does have. Compared to these other teams. So that's why I became a Joe Nemechek fan. And as for John Hunter, well, I know he's been running late models, asphalt late models, for several years now, or for for a little while. But I became a fan of John Hunter's starting last season when he started out in the Truck Series, because I hadn't really seen much of him before that, or heard much about him. So when I saw him running the truck races, splitting the time with Joe, I just became kind of like a John Hunter fan as well, and I've just kind of become, just kind of taking a liking to seeing both of them, run the Truck Series races, and I'm looking forward with John Hunter to following his career up through NASCAR. And that's something that I've never done with a driver before. You know, I actually started cheering for them when they're, you know, early in their career and following them up through NASCAR. So that's definitely going to be a fun experience for me as a fan. And John Hunter, you know, he's a very classy individual, a great kid. So he's definitely the kind of driver you want to, you know, follow up through the ranks of NASCAR. So, like I said, just watching the truck races last year, just watching him in the truck races is really how I became, you know, and I was a Joe fan already at that point. So that's really how I became a fan of John Hunter as well. So this is going to be a great season, guys. I really am looking forward to bringing you these videos, like I said. And, you know, last year they had 22 starts in the Truck Series, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I believe 17 or 18 top 10s. So I'm looking forward for, you know, an even better season than that this year. You know, for us, you know, for a team starting out, that was a great effort last year. That was definitely a great job by the team. And this year, I think it's going to be even better, to be honest. I hope Joe runs all the races, gets the funding to do that, because I really think he could give the championship contenders a run for their money. And I can't wait this year. What I'm looking forward to is John Hunter turning 18, because then he can run all the, you know, all the truck races. And that's something that he couldn't do last year. He ran 10 and Joe ran 12 because he couldn't run all the races because of his age. So it's going to be cool this year seeing him in, you know, most of the races whenever he turns 18 in June. So it's definitely a good year to be a Nemechek fan, guys, and a good year to look forward to for these two. And I'm looking forward to bringing you guys the weekly videos for the Nemecheks. So subscribe, guys, and then follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Thank you, guys, and have a great day.